evening and welcome to Rosalind's Kitchen. Tonight we are making Stroganoff pork meatballs. So, should be interesting. It's one of those one dish meals, so I always love those. I've got gloves on because I will be working with meat. I've got my pork, my ground pork, my Italian panko, my seasoning blend, my ricotta cheese, my potatoes that are all pre-cooked already. I just basically have to warm them up, my peas, and my stroganoff sauce. So, let's get started. I've already got my oven on 400 degrees. So the first thing I need to do is I take my ground pork, and come here, pork. My pork. Ah! Excuse me. Fortunately, it fell in the bag, not out of the bag, so there we go. And the panko. And the ricotta cheese. Come on, open. I used to think there was only one way to make meatballs. If nothing else, Home Chef has taught me there's a lot of ways to make meatballs. Lots of ways. All right, so I have 1 teaspoon of the seasoning salt. So half of it is a teaspoon, right? It says teaspoon. Okay, does that look like a teaspoon to you? That looks like a whole lot more, but who am I to argue? So it's half a teaspoon that I shall be putting in my meat. Oh, maybe it is. All right, I'll set that off to the side. And now I shall mix it up until completely combined. Sometimes I feel a little bit like a cat when I do this, you know, kneading. It has more effect than a cat, and I don't have claws, but it's still the basics of it. When I was younger and my mom was teaching me how to bake, and I would knead dough for rolls and breads and that sort of thing. And my mom would tell me not to overdo it on the kneading, because the kneading makes the bread tough, because flour gets tough if you overwork it. So I used to be really disappointed because she'd never let me like knead it as long as I wanted to knead it. But with meatballs, I can knead it as much as I want. There we go. It is kneaded. I kneaded that. All right, so now I am to make 8 meatballs. So first, separate it into 2, as close as possible. Then separate that into 2, and separate that into 2. I like it when it's fairly easy to break it down. I think this meatball ended up with more meat than the other ball, so it's kind of a guessing game. Okay, there we go. And rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Get them balls rolling. Rawhide. Okay, this meatball is looking a little less than it should. Okay. Now, supposedly, I can get 4 meatballs into this. Personally, I find that rather amazing, but there you are. Okay. Now, divide you. They look about right? Yeah. And separate. And roll. Those look about right. All right. And one last ball to kind of tuck in there. See? 8 balls. All right, so now I am to combine the potatoes, the peas, and the remaining seasoning sauce and 2 teaspoons of olive oil in the empty side of the tray. So, I've run away peas. Oh, I just realized that bag didn't have to be cut. It could have been popped open. Oh well. And okay, and then 2 teaspoons of olive oil. Okay, and just kind of give that a stir. Mix it all up in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now, the Stroganoff sauce over the meatballs. All right. I do love these quick meals because it just makes it so much easier, you know? Cover you all up. And clean hands, yay! And there you go. See? Looks pretty darn close for at least the preparations. So now I am to put it in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. So I will be back. All right, so this is what it's supposed to look like. And this is what it does look like. Pretty close, I think. Now, let's see what it tastes